Alright guys, how you going? Mason Colby from Down Under Dynamics here. Today's YouTube series is going to be a bit about some belly flying techniques and some back flying techniques. Just some basic stuff, but also just talking about tension and showing how to release and add tension and what the different effects are on your body when you're skydiving. So getting into a little more detail, but also going a bit down the rabbit hole as well. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. So yeah, enjoy guys, cheers. So you'll see when I enter, the speed's pretty low. All right, what I'm looking for here is just to have everything flat. Okay, so it's showing a slow position. All right, so I'm pretty sure I turned the speed up in a sec. You can see here, I'm using every bit of surface area. Okay, I'm not arching, I'm not tensed. All right, it goes all the way from this, and then up from here, it's straight up. Okay, so you can see that the knees aren't bent back or anything like that. They're all in line. I'm using everything, but I'm not tense. Feet are relaxed, everything like that's relaxed. This is a bit of a faster fall position. Okay, my arms are a bit more up than before, so they're not just straight out sitting in the wind, they're a little bit more pointy up. The legs are a bit faster, there's slight more arch, not much. Now, as with the previous video, the two positions, or two shapes, one shape, this shape, and the other one, this one, so an arched and a de-arched, you're going to fall at the same rate here. To go slower, you need to have a flatter surface area like this. This is going to cause you to go slower because you have more surface area compared to these other two. Sorry, it just disappeared off the screen, but yeah, so here I'm in that top one, I'm in the arched one, and the next I show the de-arched one, okay, and they should fall at the same rate. So you'll see, let's get rid of these. Okay, so a bit faster, really relaxed, more using the arch for my chest here. I'm not using my hips. You can see the arch at the moment is coming more from my rib cage. Okay, we'll see what happens when we turn back. So the hips aren't actually pushed forward, I'm arching more through here. This is really common in people, so you'll see a lot of people saying hips forward, hips forward. Hips forward is extremely unnatural, very unnatural. 90% of people who take in the tunnel don't have the hips forward. They're arching, but they're arching through the chest. So they're not arching through the actual hips. It's a different feeling. You can see on one of them. So this is what I'm talking about with that other shape, the de-arch shape. Okay, oh, that was a horrible drawing. More the de-arch shape, like that. So a lot more tension in this, it's not as relaxed. I'm over-exaggerating the hand, I think. But that comes from stress too. You'll see a lot of people when it's in that position, and here we go, relaxed a lot more again. Okay, you still notice again that arch I do is from the chest. That's, for sure it's gonna be a lot more comfortable on my back if I go from the hips. The speed's not as super high. So you see it's pretty low. Okay, here now I've released the arms, so my body is the upper body is definitely a lot more this shape. Okay, you can see the change in tension there, just from that slight release of arms. So box position. Now letting the forearms, you can see there's slight tension just here on the forearms. Okay, when we move the arms to the side, the tension releases. But now, to go up and down, I don't need to bring my hands back in. I can just use my shoulder pivot, like here and here, as the pivot part instead of the elbows, and bring the entire arm down this way as one. Okay, bit of a shock and arrow there, but you get the point. Now it's flatter, so it's a flatter surface area. Later on this becomes more efficient, I find, for certain things. Just really looking at the displacement of air. Okay, here I've brought the legs in, now I've gone too far. It's really over exaggerating. And you're gonna go down, less surface area, prime example right there, okay? Now opening up again, that actually takes me up because I've created more surface area. I've gone past the point of slow, and then released, and then kind of come down again. So it's all about releasing tension and pressure. Once you just let the body go and find your fall rate, not the fall rate of others, because sometimes if you do need to fall with others at a relaxed speed, you're gonna need weight if you're small. And if you're bigger, yeah, for sure, definitely drag does help. If you're bigger, it does slow you down, okay? So don't think everyone needs to wear these tight ass suits that I'm wearing. Trust me, I feel real gay wearing this. It doesn't look good. Looks like I'm wearing Lycra. Okay, here, another thing with positions. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with this one, it's just you're gonna have more tension. That's all it is when you're flying this position. Okay, so rather than thinking about belly as positions of ranges, okay, if you know what kind of range, ideally I like to fly with less tension because my body hurts when I fly like this. It just hurts. Okay, it really does. My neck, my back, everything. Whereas if I fly with less tension and let it all go, you can feel the wind, you're not worried about holding tension in your arms, all this kind of stuff. Okay, so it works, yeah. Oh, that transition there was shocking. But notice the difference, and okay, sorry here. There we go. Just from here you can see where the tension is in the shoulders. Legs are a little bit down, and then just that relaxing of the arms compared to that small arch. Just there, no transition. Cool, so this is the more belly fly position, although this is more tensed. Okay, so I don't fly like this generally, but for gripping bellies in a belly formation, it's a lot easier because the grips are definitely right here. Okay, so you can see the fall rate doesn't change much. The torso does anchor up slightly, so it is a bit higher, but this is good because you can now posture and take grips a lot easier rather than over the back of the head. So that makes a big difference for belly flying. You can see the turn there as well. It is a bit sharper. Okay, the other one can be a bit more of a slippery turn. Okay, you see here, slightly turn the shoulders, displace the shoulders so the torso and the body creates this angle, which then turns us. You can see at the bottom, the back there, this knee is slightly down, and this one here is a bit more straight. You'll see I've bent that leg as well. As we come around, let's see what happens. Okay, return, you can see that leg returned to neutral, and the other leg was straight, so now they're both neutral, and you can see how this position here, it definitely is a lot more head high, you know, a lot more down the back. Your legs are going to be a bit more prominent. Now release tension and then relax. Okay, so that's a belly flying stuff, all right. I didn't get too much into legs or anything like this, so it was just a lot of arms there. Talking about the upper torso, we did mention the legs slightly. We didn't mention anything about toning. I'll go over that in a later video as well. And that's just showing just the aerodynamics that I was talking about previously. All right, so a typical thing with back flying is a lot of time people use their hands like this back. They'll try to push on the wind and hold the wind. Okay, so if we're going to go in with the theory of relaxed flying, we want to try and release this tension. You can see here, this is typical, it's normal, it's because we're monkeys, we like to grip the wind and put pressure on shit and places and all that kind of stuff. So it's very normal. So you can see here, the hands, okay, and the feet are down. Alright, so I've got that pressure on the legs, trying to have a simulation of flying, and like, okay, I need to grip it, and it only starts looking like it's more comfortable once those are released. Okay, now I've released them. Don't know what I'm doing here. I think I might have got an idea, and I'll show the legs real quick. Showing in the butt. Okay, so it's more a relaxed position here, so you can see the arms are straight, letting the wind spill off, the legs are a bit straighter, and these are slightly down. Okay, so ideally you want them up a little bit, but you can having them down is normal. Everyone does it, so don't think it's wrong. Okay, I'm just talking about letting the tension go. That's it, really. Cool, so you can see from all these different angles compared to the other ones, different shape, arms are up, the head's back behind the arms. A lot of the time people put the head forward or using the arms, the shoulders back like this, and the head will come forward. Same thing about pressing on the arms. Okay, so that's going to not allow the head to go back fully as well. So if we can see our body here like this, eventually my head starts coming forward. I can't put it back. Shoulders forward, I can put it back a lot more. Yep. And pulls forward automatically. Okay, so by releasing the tension in the shoulders, you won't tire out as much, you won't get a sore back, sore neck, and it allows your arms to relax too. Okay, so we're using surface area, not pressure, to fly. You'll notice these small little subtle movements in my stomach. I was doing that as well. So you can go up and down with just arching and de-arching and isolating your body too. So if we look just around this area here, you'll see the rest of my body doesn't change, but slightly. Only that slight change. Just by taking that tension off there as well. So now I look relaxed. The only tension here I can see is in the legs. Now there we go, see, this is normal too, so I don't really want to be adding too much tension because now I've de-arched too much. Essentially I've gone past that range. So ideally, flat should be maintained here. Yeah, and then from there that maintained and then straighten. No needing to arch the body too much, especially from the rib cage. Okay, now I'm showing the hands. And then up. Okay, you can move forward and back with your arms like this by isolating them. Notice that I'm not pushing on the wind, I'm keeping them at this level here. If I push my hands down anymore, it's going to cause me to go up. If I pull them in anymore, it's going to cause me to go down. So therefore I try to keep them along this line here and I bring them to my side like this with my body. Okay, and that way when I bring them to the side, I'm still keeping that surface area on the side here. Whereas if I go from this position, where the surface area here on the bottom, and then I release it and I go through the burble and then apply again, I've caused disruption of airflow, so I'm not going to have a smooth transition forwards and backwards. It's going to cause more rocking, even more than what's on here. So really think about if that's the surface area exposed and you intend and maintain to stay on the same pitch and same level, bring your arm along that same line. Yeah, try not to bring it in or out. It's gonna work still if you do that, but if you're thinking about efficiency-wise and progression, try to keep it exposed the whole time as you come up. Now you're straight, you can fly through all the ranges. So the reason I wobbled here at the beginning of the first one as well is because I was so rough and so quickly with my movement. You can see the pace and the speed compared to the other second movement. Because I was so rushed, and you see that a lot. I still do it, obviously, when we're trying to get into a move. So if I'm relaxed here, let's watch it again. Let's watch how that rushness affects us. Okay, boom, boom. Okay, now I slow down again. There was a bit of leg movement there too. Okay, we can turn with our arms. I'll just think about holding a steering wheel, a big bus wheel, depending on what speed I'm at. You can also turn with the legs. Okay, so you'll notice the way to turn with the legs is it's about the angle you are causing. You're causing this angle, therefore the wind hits here, it spills off, and your leg goes this direction. So you'll see how I'm not pushing off the wind, I'm not pushing down on the wind, I'm allowing the wind push me. This way I'm relaxed still, I'm not tense, so I can get the most efficiency out of what I'm trying to achieve with exerting as least energy. Cool, so that's a turn with the legs. To stop it, just release and you'll stop, or turn it a little bit the other way with the leg. Alright guys, so that's a bit on belly flying and some back flying positions, just the basics. Yeah, hope you like the video. I'll be putting more out in the future. I have a lot more on my desktop coming up. You can see this is just for the head downs, the tunnel stuff that I've got coming, and obviously all these different ones. So these are YouTube briefs ready for me to stick up. Yeah, like and subscribe guys. Cheers. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more.